All right, guys, here we go. Game number one, Bot Empire versus Salamander Squad. Gonna be the first finals of the night. I'll introduce the boys in. Well, actually, I won't. Nope. Top damage goes to Sabbath. Got an auto attack off. They don't have the T button anymore. I used to do that all the time, like top damage boys, but now it doesn't matter because you can't see anything. Now I feel bad. Anyways, the boys in blue real fast. Well, you've already known them. You saw them last game. Zek is gonna be running the tier. Dirty Bubble gonna be running the Thanatos. Man Ray, Nox, Sabbath gonna be on that Kepri again. Wowie on the Chiron.
And coming out from the red side of the map, we're going to see Fine OK on this Osiris. We're going to see iFates taking into an Ao Kuang. In the mid lane, we have Sheikah on Neath. And for the dual lane, Orphan and Sop's going to be going in as Athena and Freya.
It should be interesting. The Neath mid works out pretty well with Transcendence. I mean, obviously, it's not the most common thing anymore, but it used to be pretty well. Bot Empire grouping as 5 in the mid lane right now. I guess they know there's some wards placed around. There might be some cheeky invade strategies possibly, but I guess they were more or less worried about themselves getting invaded. But who invades Thanatos tier? Let's be realistic.
It'd definitely be a bad idea, especially because Thanatos with that Death Scythe, he will just take away your health bar. And on an Ao Kuang this early, it would pretty much decimate him.
Oh, absolutely right now. So as the buffs are getting started, I just want to go ahead and shout out one more time the amazing people that have been showing up today. Over 100 viewers pretty much all night. We love you all. Shout outs to everyone that's hosted us. We have 9 channels. I'm going to shout all them out real fast as the buffs are getting done. We have Caddick222, Smite Community, Smite Game, Pro Kesa, Purple Ranch Dressing, Famian, Just B, Pandorium Smite, and ONDJD. All the wonderful people hosting us today. We appreciate all the love as the right-hand Harpies do get taken away by the Red Squad.
Now we see Dirty Bubble rotating over for this, and he was almost able to confirm them, but not quite. And what I'm kind of wondering is if he's going to go for kind of this.
I think the Death Scythe. I think it hit the minion. I think a minion just saved iFate's life right there, as that was going to be pretty much GG for iFate's. Death Scythe in the root was going to be absolutely destructive for him, and I'm pretty sure that minion 72 just saved his life. I don't know if that's his name or not, but yeah. But the minion.
Very, very, very big save, too. That first blood on a Thanatos is not something you want to see.
Both Harpies do end up going to the red team, so they're on a little bit of advantage over here. Not the best clear. Oh, there goes Shake. Another Death Scythe, I think, getting blocked by minions. Dirty Bubble is just getting so unlucky by hitting these minions.
And I can say, like, every time I've played Thanatos, if you hit a minion with that and you're aiming for somebody and the minion just happens to step right in the way, you feel so bad. You're like, that was a kill. That was a confirmed kill.
In a sense, he's literally just dropped 2 kills. He has dropped 2 kills because the big fat minion was like, no, I'm going to stand in the way. Whether it was the minion or whether it was just really good movement by the other team to sit there and get in front of a minion, I couldn't tell from spectator, but I'm going to sit there and say the minion just kind of got lucky and walked in the way.
And, he does get the heal off, so I guess in a way he kind of gets something back out of it, but losing the 2 kills, and especially on a Thanatos, you want to get that early game going. You want to start steamrolling, because once you get to late game, you have to switch playstyles. You can't really be that aggressive, I'm taking all of your health, unless maybe you're going up against, say, like this Freya ADC, but it's still going to be interesting watching Dirty Bubble kind of evolve through this game.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. I mean, he normally goes a very crazy build. So the build that I normally see Dirty Bubble go is like Ruined Forest Greaves. He's going to end up going into like a Breastplate or some sort of tankiness. He goes very, very tank heavy, and then he ends up building like a 4th item Titan's Bane. And then, again, a rest tank. He builds a very, very different build than what you see a lot of Thanatos' build right here. As Sabbath is making his way to the mid lane, everyone's level 5, 3 minutes in the game, no first blood. We kind of expect this. You don't really see a lot of first bloods against good teams with good competition. Rarely do they like to give up that first kill as the rotations have begun. Sabbath is coming back to the duo. And just everyone's kind of exploring the jungle to see what's up and available. No wards placed on this map that I can tell right now, so everything is down. No ward coverage available. We expect to see those get purchased down the next back.
And overall, it seems like, again, the teams are trying to feel each other out. They want to know what they can get away with and what they can. We already saw Nox Thanatos combo in the mid lane, and I feel like now Salamander Squad knows what to expect. They're going to try to sidestep when Nox throws out that root, but as so far, it hasn't been as effective as I think Bot Empire wants it to be.
Oh, there it goes. That's the combination right there they were looking for. Dirty Bubble choosing not to go in there. Very aggressive play by Manway. He's going to biff the ultimate, but he's going to go up in the air. Man, Dirty Bubble has a chance. Is he going to take it? No, he decides not to. Going to land in there. 2 ultimates down for the price of none right there. So the over-aggression not going to pay off for the side of Bot Empire.
That is done. It's going to be 2 ultimates down for them that they, like you said, they didn't get anything out of it, so there's really just a win for Salamander's squad to get that without really expending anything. Neith already healing back up. She has her 2 to heal up as well as a health pot, and it looks like they're going to take the left mid camps for free as we see Osiris maybe peeking for... Nah, he backed off. It looked like he wanted to go for that invade to try and steal away that blue buff.
Well, Athena Ultimate was forced out on the mid-harpies right there as the Alquang Ifates was stuck inside of a Nox Silence and Root. Didn't want to deal with that, so 1 ultimate down on the side. That's their global, so that's going to be a little bit of helpful. Make sure nothing's going to happen in the solo lane. Shouldn't have anything else going down, but the Dirty Bubbles ultimate obviously is the one that's key. That's going to be up in about another 40 seconds. Expect them to sit here and try to maybe camp this Freya. If the ward coverage isn't proper and he can go ahead and jump from a good angle and get close to the Freya and able to execute it, he should be in a good position to really do a couple, pretty much 2 or 3 shotter.
Now we see Bot Empire just going to go for their red buff. Salamander squad getting their buffs out of there. The only real slap fight coming down is Zek versus Fine OK, but being the solo lane as it is, it's not much except now.
There it is, yeah.
We see Fine OK picking up the kill with the ultimate. And if he hadn't been able to, Ifates was making that nice rotation over, and it's going to be a nice kill. First blood onto the solo laner. Well,
World Weaver was expended out of that tier, so he ended up getting stuck right there. Nothing going to happen. He already... Oh, man. Tier actually just what a great play right there. Salamander squad, very smart. That's actually really important. Knowing that he just teleported in, sat there. The communication has to be something along the lines of Fine saying, hey, I got him, let's go ahead and take him. He just teleported, he has to walk back, he's going to lose a lot of minion wave, blah, blah, blah. And just the execution to be able to get that done is extremely, extremely good to sit there and make sure that he has to walk. And with TP1, you're down for 200-something seconds. So having to walk back the lane is the tier.
And now we're going to see some of the ward game coming out. As Ifates gets plucked, a lot of damage coming down from the Nox and the Thanatos. He's going to vanish away, but Thanatos is up in the air. He's looking for the kill. Nox ult going to miss, but Dirty Bubble going to pick up the kill. Now Sabbath the one getting really low here. Forced to Capriol himself. Orphan and Sheikah sitting there as now Soaps is making the rotation. Orphan going to get rooted out, and looks like Bot is just going to call on a retreat.
I'm really surprised Soaps didn't pop the ult. I don't really understand. With the ultimate down, I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not too sure what the range would have been, but I think that ultimate might have been enough to sit there and kill. Only a haste and fatalis, no real damage online. It would have been iffy, maybe just wanted to save that ultimate. I know I would have given it a shot. I would have at least attempted to try it, but again, that's why I don't play at Friday Night Smite, 'cause I'm not that good. So I just cast. I'm just here for other entertainment.
We see the Athena come all the way over to the solo lane here. Just trying to get a little bit of that extra push potential. Nox makes the rotation over as Tears forced back to base. And we actually see 4 members of Salamander squad sitting over and towards the solo lane and now making their rotations over towards mid.
Again, just like you said, this is just one of those feel each other out. Oh, there goes the grab into the death site. Even forgot about that combination. Into a nice little Root. Gonna miss. Dirty Bubble, slight trouble. Root gonna, whoa, nice Ifates. Nice blink. Taunt gonna come out. Bubble's in trouble right now. Neath ultimate, doesn't matter. Execute beads. Oh, waste of beads. 1 right there. Dirty Bubble not gonna be able to get out of there. No ultimate available for Sabbath. Burnt for 180 seconds right there. Small little misplay right there by Bubble. Not realizing that he really wasn't gonna get out of that situation, but just out of habit, you pop the beads. So those are gonna be down for a little bit.
And that did eat up the Al Kwang ult, so he doesn't have that, but the beads being on a much longer cooldown, definitely a good pickup for Salamander squad. Plus the kill on the Thanatos, trying to keep that shut down as long as they can. And we do see Dirty Bubble going into this tankier build, trying to get, more resistance so that when he goes into the middle of the fight, he can just take all of the beatings that he needs.
Well, he has really good scaling just naturally. I mean, his abilities do a ton of damage regardless. Doesn't really matter. He has a lot of pen built into his 2, so he's able to get all that damage done right there. And then Titan's Bane ends up being an item that he finishes up just to go ahead and add a little bit more power, a little bit more pop. But, I mean, being down and out, he's 1-1 right now. We'll see if this Thanatos can get going any further. But in regards to the other team, the Al Kwang is 0-1. So when you really look at it, I mean, nothing too much being gained or lost, honestly.
And now it's kind of getting to the point where I think Salamander squad's going to start feeling themselves. We do see Soaps getting picked up a little bit over here. Athena ult forced out. Soaps going up into the sky. Going to get a lot of the shots all on down to Sabbath. Sabbath getting about half health. But is he going to fall? Yes, Soap's going to pick that up. Capriel's going to come through. But it wasn't enough to save him. Now we do see Freya getting really low. And wow, he's kind of back off. But we see a nice rotation coming out from the jungler and the mid laner.
Dirty Bubble misses the ultimate right there. That doesn't happen very often, but he's able to get the kill regardless. Gets the heal revive. He's in a lot of trouble. The execute is in range. No beads available. That's going to be a dead Dirty Bubble. iFates ends up returning the favor. 1-for-1 trade.
And so far, it looks like it's actually going to get traded out as Man Ray is really low. No mana to do anything, but it requires diving in tier 2. Fate's going to go for it, but he's going to fall in return to Wowee. Gets the credit for the kill as Orphan's trying to do something about it, but not quite able to. Dive into tier 2 in 9 minutes.
Ends up being an extended 3-for-2. I kind of forgot Kepri ended up falling right there. So in the favor of Salamander squad goes that trade with the 3. Regardless, again, Kepri being expended. Freya still had pulse up and available. Didn't matter. Ward coverage right there. Neath's going to get a little bit of poke. Trying to get these minions if at all possible. Right now, Fine OK is doing a lot of damage to this tower. The tier is just not able to keep up at this point with this Osiris.
Osiris using that bullying that he had to force tier out. Tier teleporting back in, though. But he has a minion wave coming in. And 3 members of Bot Empire sitting over here on the right-hand side, looking like they're going to split the XP for that speed buff. And all in all, just kind of farm it up, try to get back this deficit that's slowly forming on their side.
Yeah, we'll take a look. We'll see what it is. It's about a 3,000 gold or XP differential. It's about a 1,700 gold differential right now. This is Bot Empire's second time in the finals. I mean, they're a pretty good team. I'm going to imagine that they're going to be able to fight back from this, just like any good team should be able to. So this game's not down and over. Again, I feel like this is game 1. You know, this is a best of 3. This is one of those times where you can be like, hey, is this strategy going to work? Let's throw it out there. If it doesn't, we have another game to fall back on, and then we have a finals game, a third game to really decide it, and we'll see what we like to do. So this matchup right here is more or less really the feel-out match. It's not, you want to win game 1 and put the pressure on the other team, but it's not mandatory.
Exactly, and since it is a best of 3, like you said, the fallback strategy can be, if they lose this one, they'll just, okay, what do we need to change? Next game, maybe hope to get the Kwang. Definitely still want to value this Kepri as Sabbath, even though he's sitting at 0-1-1, has been still doing a lot of work with that with his ultimate coming out of there.
Yeah, I mean, you got to forget, everyone forgets a lot of times, proper Kepri play is to use your Solar Flare, or is to use the 2, I believe that's what it's called, right? Oh, Rising Dawn, my bad. Solar Flare is, it's another completely different ability. Rising Dawn is used, and it gives so many protections right there, and you're able to do so much as 4-man rotation on the Gold Fury. I better stop talking about Rising Dawn, and everyone else better wake up, because Gold Fury is about a quarter HP, and it's almost gone. Salamander squad will connect it. Centaurius doesn't matter. Masterful shot isn't going to do there. Oh, Beads is out the ultimate from the stun. So, good. That was a good use of Wowie right there. I thought he was going to be in a little bit of trouble, but the Beads on the World Weaver actually save him.
The dash definitely helping him get away from that fight. Now, iFates is the one getting aggressed on, but Nox does miss the root. No damage going to get confirmed. And now they're turning their attention towards the dual lane, but they know there's just nothing to look for. A very clean Gold Fury for Salamander squad there.
Yeah, I mean, when you try to fight back in the return, you want to try to go ahead. This Neath might be, well, nice job getting the backflip out of there. Didn't get into the silence. Root's going to do a little bit of damage. And he's going to try to go aggressive with the help of Athena. But really, oh, the taunt does connect. Match range taunt into the silence. Looks like Zerk is going to be a little bit of trouble right here. He'll switch to defensive stance, heal up off these minions. Should be okay, though.
And all in all, we're going to see...
Go ahead,
like Bot Empire is just going to be looking to kind of farm up here.
Oh, again, another taunt on Man Ray. That taunt comes up so quickly right now. Just ulting out. Forced the ult.
Man.
I think she thought she was going to... Man Ray thought that Nox was going to get executed and ended up deciding to pop the ult just to make sure that he was CC immune in that aspect. But yeah, it took a lot of damage. The taunt into Spirit Arrow is very deadly. Salamander squad looking strong right now. This Freya combination is going to get... This Freya is only going to get stronger already with 2 kills. Kwang only gets better as the game goes on. Osiris just becomes annoying to deal with late game. And realistically, I'm looking at the side of Bot Empire. This team can come along. They just need to execute the combinations. They're really a control-oriented team, and I feel like as if they don't get too far behind, the control late game that they have is going to be very, very important. Like this, Sabbath into the pull, into the silence, into the root right here. Orphan is just too tanky, though. It doesn't matter at this point in time. But those are the combinations that they're going to be able to hit that might end up making the game difference.
Now it looks like they're going to try to get the same combo off, but iFate's going to be forced to beads to get away from that damage. Now as a grouping in mid, we have 3 of the members of Salamander Squad versus 4 of the members on Bot Empire. Another root coming down. iFate's getting in trouble. Athena all being forced out, but he's going to fall before Athena can even make it in. Now Sheikah's going to be the one on the target, but manages to get a nice backflip and fall back.
Oh, there it is. Jacob's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Half HP gone. Dirty Bubble is going to miss the silence. Not going to matter too much. He'll back up. Use the movement speed to get out of the way. It looks like Sops is hanging around and about on this Freya. Everyone's going to put a lot of work into this Osiris. That's a tanky target. You got to be careful. Big damage coming up. Sabbath's in trouble. He's going to fall. No Kepriot available. Who's Dirty Bubble going to land on if he chooses to do so? Looks like he decided to back out to the left-hand side. Everyone's rolling right. And right now, this is a fight that Bot Empire just has to run. As you said, they just got to farm. They can't really fight these fights.
Now we're going to see Freya getting knocked back in the Fearless.
Oh, can Zek get this?
Cheer's going to be the one that's kind of in a bad position, forced to ult away. Wowie's here, but he's not able to do anything. Thanatos getting pinged to make the rotation over, but I don't think they're going to quite be able to get anything out of this Bot Empire, just forced to fall back.
Well, Freya was forced to ult, and the tier was ended up forced to ult as well, not being that big of a deal. Ult for ult down. Oh, looks like iFates is going to get strong right there. Dirty Bubble's in trouble. Taunt comes through. Doesn't matter. Whirlweaver gets blocked out by Wowie accidentally. That was meant for Dirty Bubble, and, well, just pure luck ends up being that he was in the way of that, so... Nice little accidental play right there that will keep the Bubble alive a little longer, who's sitting at 2-2 going for this very tanky build. He's only going to get more annoying to deal with. Speed buff might get taken out. Man Ray is going to be in trouble. Shield Wall going to proc. Oh, only once on him. Looks like the root is going to be beads out as well. iFates is in control of this speed buff, and right now the jungle control is on the side of red.
And it's definitely one of those things, like, Bot Empire to stay in this, they really do need to... Unfortunately, they have to concede some of these things, some of these fights to Salamander before they even start, because all in all, the damage coming out, as I say it, though, Dirty Bubble going to pick up a kill on the iFates, and Fine OK is going to get forced back, and it looks like they're still trying to control this jungle from Salamander, but Bot Empire not going to go down without a fight.
Oh, no, they're not going to go down. I mean, again, this is a good team right here. They're not going to fall short of anything. They're going to make sure they get everything they can out of it. All the farming is going to be good. I pointed out last week they had a really good farming abilities. So they're going to be able to get back into this game. Normally, we've seen Bot Empire playing from ahead, so I'm actually happy to see them playing from behind. This is where you really get to see what a team's all about. You get to see what they're about when they're behind a couple thousand gold, when they're down a couple thousand experiences. We'll take a look at the graphs. We're just over the 16-minute mark. 4K, just under 5, 4,800 experience, just under 4K gold right there, 39 to be exact. And, this is where you make your name. Again, being able to come back, because anybody can play with the lead, but it's playing behind that makes the winners.
And Bot Empire having the proper groupings, they're still splitting camps efficiently, and they're grouping up ready for this Gold Fury and trying to find the picks that they need. And they're looking for smarter fights now, and it's definitely a good sign for their team to recognize, okay, we're behind, but we don't have to, we are.
You gotta slow down. That's it. Yeah, you just gotta slow down a little bit. You gotta make sure, you don't want to sit there and be all going crazy. Let's push forward on the gas pedal because we're on, the Autobahn and we can go 90 miles an hour. The speed limit's 70. Let's just go ahead and go 70. Taunt going to come out on Sabbath. Double going to... Oh, no shield wall double tap. Thought that was going to connect right there. Would have done pretty big damage. Sabbath's going to try to throw out a little bit of poke in the Rising Dawn. He's got to be careful. Does have it open and available, but he's 2 levels behind the other support. So, got to be careful as the whoop comes through. Big damage coming out.
Wowie going into the ultimate, but he's going to fall. Capriol going to save him for a moment here as we see Salamander Squad chasing after him. iFate's going to blink through, get the ultimate down, executing him, going up into the air. iFate's now looking for someone to land on. Orphan's tanking the Sabbath is going to be the target. Gets low, and he's going to fall down. iFate's with the double kill. Dirty Bubble going up into the air, and it looks like they want to turn this around, but can they find anything?
I don't know. The Dirty Bubble ends up trying to turn around right there. He had a choice of a couple targets, but honestly, they all ended up spelling death with the amount of control as well. The taunt would have landed. Unless he went on Athena, he would have been taunted. If he didn't land on Athena, or if he does land on Athena, he gets rooted by the Neath. If he does land on anybody else, he gets taunted out. Big trouble. Ultimately come back through. This is going to be another Gold Fury right now. Now down 2 Gold Furies are the boys in red. Or blue, I should say. Yeah.
It's still a lead that they can get back, but unless these team fights start going in the favor of Bot Empire, they're gonna start having to fall back and maybe hope to get a couple picks and try to take this Fire Giant away. Because as it is, they're sitting pretty hefty behind 6.6k gold, 7.7k experience.
Yeah, that second gold Fury hurt.
Difference through these fights.
Yeah, that second gold Fury really hurt. Sabbath is going to be in a little bit of trouble. This is where it starts to become very tough. Freya's becoming online. She's got the demonic grip. She's got the pen boots. She's going absolutely crazy. Doesn't matter. Man Ray's going to get ulted. He's going to have to be forced to Aegis as well. Here comes Zek. He's going to get a kill though. Wowie cleans up 1. Dirty Bubble cleans up 2. This might be a turnaround fight. They did get the tier 2. That's 1,500 gold. Ultimate's going to be forced out. Does he have a Fearless available? He's going to get taunted out of it. Nice job. But the fine okay with the tether is going to slow down Zek just enough. Death Scythe misses right there. He's going to try to Fearless defensively. He's going to get this one through the wall. They're trying to put everything into Osiris.
Now, Osiris being a tankier target, it's actually going to cost them a little bit, as Man Ray will be the one to fall, but they do manage to kill Osiris. So now a 3-for-1 trade so far in favor for Bot Empire, lessening up that lead just a little bit and allowing them a little bit more of the control that they need to keep this comp viable.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough uphill battle from here, as we said, with those graphs going. They go in a little bit down right there by about 1,000 in each direction, so that was a really good fight for Blue right there. Bot Empire able to take that one away, get a couple kills. They did lose their tier 2 in mid. That's 1,500 gold that ended up, that's a lot of map pressure. Dirty Bubble forced to ult out. Just barely got out of there alive, as he's just going to end up losing the speed buff. Nothing you can really do. Looks like, is the air, okay. World Weaver not going to be able to connect. Didn't actually have the vision on it. Thought Neath was going to end up picking up that kill for a second.
And it would have, if that had happened, it wouldn't necessarily be the last nail in the coffin, but Dirty Bubble sitting where he is technically ahead of iFates, and they are leveling relatively well, but sitting behind as they are, their items are starting to fall behind. They really need to, if they can keep another team fight like that last one, then this game can completely shift to be in their favor. But as it is right now, they still need to watch out for Salamander Squad.
At this point in time, going even in any fight is a positive for Bot Empire. A 1-for-1 trade is good for you because they're worth more than you are at this point in time. If you 1-for-1, that's a positive. If you 2-for-1, it's better. The bottom line is you just want to make sure you're going at least even in these fights. That's the most important part for Bot Empire, is to be able to get a kill back if they happen to fall. Right now, Sabbath is pretty far behind. He's 2 levels back. Doesn't really matter. Kepriot is always going to be there and available, but Athena's taunt is also there, and that's making her really dangerous in these fights right now. Everyone pretty much on the side of Bot Empire, other than Tier has beads.
But as we said, this is the first game in a best-of-1 series, so even if Bot Empire isn't quite able to turn this game around in their favor, they do have a second game to bring it back, and if they can do that, then we'll be watching a Game 3 between these two teams. And
Bot Empire had me going last week, yeah.
It's definitely going to be this one.
Oh, Bot Empire had me going last week with the Game 3. I was like, oh my gosh, that Game 2 is absolutely insane right there. Tonk going to come out in the middle. Nice job right there, peeling for his team right there. Athena ult going to be on top. Fine, okay, should be... Well, just like his name says, he should be fine and just okay. Tier ultimate over the top, trying to focus the Neath. Really low damage right now. Obaid's being popped out. There goes a Nox ultimate, trying to poke out a little damage, not hitting on any of the abilities for the combo. Left-hand side has Zerk very much in trouble. He's going to fall down to Sops. Doesn't really matter now. One versus, this is where the mid lane tower, there's just no pressure. They have no place to run but Phoenix.
It looks like Salamander's just going to call off the aggression, go take the jungle. At first, I thought that was a Fire Giant call, but I think they realize now there's just too many people up to contest this. Let's try to bait it.
This is the ring around the rosy.
Behind the walls.
This is like, I'm gonna hide behind the rock and they don't see me. Shh, they don't know I'm here. No, they know you're there, Bot. They know you're there, Salamander Squad. Bot Empire knows that you were there, but Kepri's out of position. He's on the left-hand side of the map. He's in trouble. He's forced to ult himself really early for the movement speed buff. Doesn't matter. Execute gonna come up right. Actually, it doesn't. That was really weird interaction right there that I saw.
That was definitely one.
I think what happened is I think the execute didn't get I think just the initial movement actually put him in death, and that's why he was rezzed. Not the execute itself, so it was kind of funny. Yeah, I think the actual hooking on to the player ended up doing that. But Salamander Squad will get this gold Fire Giant, as Man Ray did attempt to try. So 22 minutes in the game, we are looking at a little bit of a rough game for Bot Empire. This one might go to Salamander Squad if it continues this way. 5 members all up. Athena does have ultimate available. She's going to back by a full Heart Word. She's going to ult it on top of one of these players. Osiris is her choice, and mid lane we go.
This is just a showing that neither of these teams are to be underestimated. They made it to the finals of this for a reason, and we're going to see Salamander Squad kind of flexing their arms here in the mid lane as we see Athena and Fine OK getting aggressive. Sheikah going to be the one to pick up the kill onto Sabbath. Thanatos kind of low in the background, but he's healing it up just fine. Fine OK is just kind of zoning perfectly fine underneath the Phoenix.
He's like, I'm good. I mean, I'm a tank. I'm all right. I got plenty of health and damage. I'm good to go. I have no issues here. Tier 1 or Phoenix down now. Tier 2 is the objective on the right hand side. That's where they're going to be looking for. I feel like Athena's a big ban. I feel like you need to get rid of this Athena. It's just been too much. 8 assists right now on top of it. Forcing all your team to buy blade or beads, and it's just the taunts have just been really, really good. I think that's the key character right now. Dirty Bubble going to get eliminated because of that taunt right there. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. But big Fearless combination. This is my turn.
Orphan's going to fall there. We're going to see Sops go up into the air, get the ultimate, get some nice damage down, but Sops and iFate's going to be very low here, and Sabbath might be looking for a pluck here. Pull somebody under this Phoenix, try to get the kill. Nox is here with the root and the silence, but it's only going to connect on the root. Sabbath is actually going to be the one that looks to fall. The Kepriel forced, and now Tyr going into the backline, going for Sops, but
what
beautiful
a quick,
throw him up into the air.
Very fast banish right there, though. My goodness, that quickness on that ability to be put out. Seeing the ultimate was coming right toward him. Didn't even hesitate. Knew it was going to land. Was like, Fearless is coming. I'm going to get you right here. Got the banish. Tyr, or the Phoenix on the right stand, still stands, though. So really the objective that they went to take ends up still being up there.
That was definitely a good play for Bot Empire to keep up this nice, like, the defense. They managed to lose their mid Phoenix, but it's definitely great for them to have the right Phoenix up. Those extra fire minions not coming down the lane is just going to give them a little bit of an advantage in the event that inevitably they're going to have to defend it again.
Well, right now, Gold Fury going to be the objective right here. Going to take that off the map. That's just what you do when you're ahead. Make sure the other team can't get any sort of ground running, and by taking the Gold Fury, you're going to eliminate a lot of experience and a lot of gold, as that is at max value at this point in time. We'll see how the rest of the game plays out. Tier 2 in the left is pretty much the tower that they're going to try to take next. And well, with really only 2 Phoenixes left to go, they'll try their hands at this again, as Fire Giant buff is still strong.
And the Tier 2 going to fall in the left-hand lane, and now 2 Phoenixes sitting on their hind legs is Bot Empire. And it looks like we're just going to see Salamander Squad kind of farm up until they, I guess, regroup. They're going back. They're going to spend some of this gold, get some more items, and maybe just get a little bit more late gamey here to just have an easier set for this next fight.
Yeah, I mean, Fire Giant's going to expend in about 30 seconds, so then they got about another minute and a half until it actually respawns. So then Mike is going to go back by. We'll take a peek at gold in hand. Well, everyone, oh my god, Frey had 3,000 gold in hand. Wow, okay, that was a lot of money. Yeah, everyone wanted to go back and spend right there. Let's take a look at the pop player damage. Well, Neith, actually 19, almost 20k damage from the Neith. Didn't really expect that number to be that high. Doing a lot of work right there, along with Osiris at 17. The Ao Kuang sitting pretty in the middle at 12, and then Frey at 13. But yeah, didn't expect the Neith to be up there at near 20, but definitely Neith doing really good work right there in the mid lane.
I did not expect to see Freya back and just buy a full rod of Tahuti.
I literally
they had a lot of gold, but it didn't register that was how much gold they had accrued.
That's how much gold. It was just like, oh wait, there's this enchanted speed. No, I'm cool. I'm just gonna buy Rod. I don't. It's just like, why bother with it? Honestly, at this point in time, probably could have sold Vampiric Shroud for an extra 500 gold. Got yourself maybe even a purple pot. Get yourself. You know, when you're making the last stand, you just want to go ahead and just get it going. And selling your starter items are always a positive way to do that. Is just be like, all right, hey, I need like a 450 pot, or I need that red purple. I need something going on here, or an extra active level. So Bot Empire's middle Phoenix does respawn. Fire Giant is up in about 20 seconds, and with one more fire wave to go, it looks like this is where the waiting game is going to happen. If Salamander Squad does happen to lose this fight at Fire Giant, that happens. I mean, we could just see a rush down mid.
And it's looking like Salamander Squad was definitely waiting to go for this Fire Giant. Now that it's spawned in, we do see them just making a huge rotation over. They're going to start it. Bot Empire doesn't have the timer on this, but they might be able to make the save. Nox was over there before, so they should know that it's going down, but they're not even going to try to contest this. They're just going to sit back and try to keep this defense going. But this still is only game 1 in a best of 3 set, so even if they lose this, they might just, regroup after this game, pull it back, and see what they can do next game.
Yeah, just got to go back to picks and bans. I mean, it comes down to it. I really did like Bot Empire's draft on paper, looking at it. Had a lot of control, fearless silences, Khepri pulls, all that. But, all that control doesn't mean anything when all those people that use the control are getting taunted and killed. And Athena was really a big factor. And I feel like that was a difference. Because on paper, Bot Empire probably has the more annoying team comp. But taunts are so great right now as this Phoenix on the right-hand side is getting pushed down right now. Soaps is going to be able to take that out. Dirty Bubble's in trouble. He beats out of it. He's going to get the Khepri ult on top of him. Not going to get his Death Sight or the Sickle Strike right there. Ends up being the cleanup. Oh, Fate's taking a lot of damage, man. Ray cleans up the Ao Kwang at least, so that's a 1. But this Titan looking to fall.
Titan sitting at about 6,000 health. It's falling down to about 50%, and it doesn't look like they're going to let up, although they do turn and manage to pick up the kill onto Man Ray. Dirty Bubble getting really low, and they're going to chase him down towards the fountain and still get the kill. The Titan's health still dropping down as we go, and it's going to be a deicide for Salamander squad and the win for the first game.
Yeah, well, it's going to be the game 1 right there. So that's going to be your first match of the final. Salamander squad will take it in just under 30 minutes right here, guys. So stay tuned with us. We're going to be getting ready to do a giveaway here shortly for a Guan Yu Convention skin. I'm going to give you guys the code here as soon as we get out of this game and I get back to my other screens. Give me a minute or two and we'll start the giveaway shortly.